Yes, okay, so about the Polish Biervrienden. We are a little club. We taste beers on a regular basis. We try to promote Belgian beer culture as a main thing, but we're not too stubborn, and we look abroad, where we look at all the world, see what exciting beers are happening everywhere. Each month we try to do something around the team. Sometimes it's a blind tasting, then we take all doubles we can find, taste them, rate them. Afterwards we tell our members what was the best of that, which one they liked, which one they don't. We have around 40 to 50 members, which translates into a 16 very active members, which are almost always there. Besides doing blind tastings, we also have teamed tastings. We did an IPA tasting this year. Each year we go on a trip and visit breweries with a bus, of course with a bus. Each year we invite a brewer over to completely tell us all about his brewery, his beers, taste the beers while the brewer is present. Is always a nice experience to do. Once a year we also have an escapade called Männertag, which comes from a German custom to on the it's called Jesus Rising Up to the Clouds Day.
Ascension?
Ascension. Okay, I'm not too well,
no,
they have a tradition of hanging out with the boys that day.
Okay.
We hang out.
Oh, in the parks, where they all dress up as kind of women and hang out in the park.
We're not going that far. We take our bikes, we decorate them with branches and flowers and leaves, and we start off for the day. We have a thing called BVO's Bier voor onderweg, so it's a beer for on the road. We stash them in our bags, so we don't have to pedal like more than a mile before we can quench our thirst. Then we go to various stops and seek out a bar which we can rest from all the biking, have a few beers. We continue to another rest beer. We also search out the cafes which have a royal taste and variety in beers, so we can all have loads of flavor. Everyone enjoys them, and we finish the day with a big barbecue, which is welcome then. That's the main idea is just to enjoy beer, enjoy life, and have the most of it in a responsible way.
And how about this wild meat feast?
The Wilden Diner, the Wild Meat Fest. That's a 2-year event because it takes a lot of work. But I used to be a sous chef. I worked in a restaurant. I still have that cooking microbe, and game cooking is one of the most favorite things I do. So every 2 years we sit aside and we have a real Burgundic fest. Every year they tell me, just don't overdo it, keep it simple, keep it sober. And I'll say, well, yeah, I'll keep it at 5 courses. We end up having 8 or 9 courses of game. I get a budget and I completely buy meat for all that, pair it with some lovely beers. We start at 12, 1 o'clock, finish at around 9, 10, 11. Everybody does their part in the dishes, and I do most of the cooking, but to keep it agreeable for summer, everybody takes turns in doing some dishes. Everybody takes turns in serving some beer, and we have just like beer paired with lovely food all day long. It's a real Burgundic fest. And
Excellent.
It takes so much of our livers that we can only do it twice a year.
Once every 2 years.
Once every 2 years. I'm looking forward because this November, in the game season, we're going to do it again.
What wild game are you going to get?
I tried to get
rabbit,
hare, of course, but I also tried to get the less common. We had some wild geese last year. Last time we had partridge, pheasant, because that's easy to get and it keeps the cost a bit lower. So it's an easy course. Got some hare. I tried to get some deer or other larger animal, some mouflon, all European game. But if I get a piece of deer, I'd like to get the whole rack and roast that in the oven in the fillet or leg, and keep it big chunks of meat so you can really slow cook it. do some classical preparations, do some modern preparations.
You would love wild ostrich.
No, it's good. It's good. There's not much of meat. If it's walking,
Yeah.
I would probably taste it. If I can get my hands on it, I'll
Yeah,
taste
yeah.
it. I'll
In
eat
South
anything.
Africa, that's where it's Botswana is where I got it.
Yeah, here you can get it, but it's all from the freezer.
Yeah, and it's usually from farms.
It's low quality.
Yeah, but
I
even the
would like-
farms are pretty good in South Africa. Though. You get good quality.
Yeah.
One question I just want to wrap up with, if you don't mind.
Yeah, okay.
Can you describe this town and area where you're located? The name first, and okay.
Yeah, well, this is Zandvliet. It's a small rural area. We're supposed to be an Antwerp suburb, but we don't feel like it. Only the bags for the trash are the same as in the city. We are a completely different kind. We're not city people, we're town folk. This is a lovely rural town with lots of nature. A bit enclosed, close to the harbor and all the industry, but
The port is an
the
important
port,
employer.
well, if you walk about 1 kilometer,
It's the
North here.
what's the river? The river's
the
the
river's
Schnauz?
there, the port is there,
Yeah.
just stuck to the port. But if you turn around and don't look at the port, you see wide acres of farmland, forests.
Yeah, that's when I came through here. Yeah.
That's the lovely part. That's where we go.
And
to
most people
enjoy
here are
ourselves.
employed at the port, or
A lot of them are employed at the
Yeah.
port because it's a big employer.
yeah.
We're all connected to it, and we've learned to live with it. Also, a good side
Nothing
of being
wrong with
so
it.
close to the port and all
Yeah.
the industry.
Yeah.
All the heat from the exhaust pipe goes up.
No, yeah.
And it has to cool, and when it's cool, it's way over our heads, kilometers long inland before it settles down again. So we don't have that much of the pollution. We're close by, but we don't inhale that
You
much.
send it to Brussels.
We send it to Brussels, we send it to Holland, we send it to our neighbors, which like to share.